Talk to you. I don't want to do those videos.
No, because I can't believe that you just said that to me.
What?
Because this is supposed to be a safe space.
Sometimes I feel like you, if I'm being honest, sometimes I feel like you are a little hard on her. That's it.
But I'm talking to you, and this is supposed to be a safe space. When I speak to her, I honor her. I guard my words. I speak to her in truth and in love. I encourage her, but I'm also not with the bullshit. I treat her with the same energy that I feel like she needs and she treated us. And not in a way of like resentment or like, but in a way of like empowerment. Like, this is what you expected from your daughters. So when I'm talking to you, I need you to have that same boss bitch energy that you told us to have. So sometimes when she's in the fix your face, so sometimes when she's in like that, like a mode of like, you could tell she just needs somebody to like be straight up with her. I'm not going to ever disrespect her. I honor her. So I can see where you think, oh, I'm being hard. But when I'm talking to you, I'm not talking to you in the way that I talk to her.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm saying I think that it's times where
I'm too judgmental. Like I'm judging.
Even if you feel like she was a certain way against you guys, I think there is a different level to. I think it's harder to accept when you're not where you thought you should be, and to where you thought your kids, where you wanted to push your kids to be. Mm-hmm. So when you go back and look at it, it's like, dang, I did tell them like this, but I mean, she's probably harder on herself than probably you are.
But that's what, okay. And so I do believe that she is very critical of herself. I think that we all have a perfectionist spirit that holds us back and a deep embedded like feeling sometimes of unworthiness. And I'm not sure if that's something the genetic has just been passed down because of certain traumas and stuff. I'm not really sure, but I think that I should be able to say you are worthy. Like we had a conversation the other day and so I was in here too. And I was just telling her like, you're amazing. You have so much to offer the world and I'm going to challenge you and I'm going to put a cash prize on this challenge for you to put yourself out there more, for you to do. And I laid out the challenge because I believe that you can absolutely do this. And I feel like you're bullshitting. She said, you're absolutely right. I'm going to take on this challenge. So I think the way that you see me speaking or thinking about her is coming from an outside perspective of maybe not seeing us because we live 1,000 miles apart. You've never seen my relationship with my parents in person, really, because we live so far and we don't get to spend a lot of time. And so I think that you have an adequate opinion. I am kind of hard, but I think I'm hard on everybody that I love. And I don't do it in a place to hurt them. I do it in a place that I know they would do it for me or have done it for me. And a place where I'm not going to sit by and let you be on no bullshit.
But I think we do have the same viewpoint. But you be saying I'd be too hard. You were saying I was too hard on Darren.
You right. You right. And so I think that that's why we're husband and wife, because we're going to reflect back to each other the things that we're not maybe seeing. And so right now you telling me that I'm hard on my mother will make me pay closer attention to the way that I approach things with her.
Yeah, I think you just give her a little leeway.
I'll give her more grace.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
You can be honest. I mean, I think that's you gotta be yourself. But at the same time, I think just being
you gotta come back over here.
A little bit more mindful
of how I'm handling her, so to speak.
And the only reason why I'm saying that because I know I need to do better with how I handle the people that I love. So you heard it here first.
So I guess I could believe you saying I'm being hard on her, but coming from you, knowing how hard you are on your people is like absurd. Y'all, if only y'all knew the things I be hearing and seeing with the way he be handling the people he loves, and he means well. But I think that might be why we are as compatible as we are, because we be really pushing people, and not with disrespect. Sometimes he be getting out of pocket, but that's because it's his baby brother. His baby brother, I think, is who he's the hardest on, because he just sees so much potential in him. He sees where things could go if he has the right guidance and the right motivation. And I see, but that's how I feel about my mom too. I think sometimes at a certain age, we get to the point where we kind of are not necessarily parenting them, but like we're returning the lessons back to them.
Yeah.
We're taking everything they taught us and like, remember you said this, like holding them to the fire. Like, nah, remember you said you was, you know.
They wasn't cutting you no slack.
They wasn't cutting no slack. They wasn't cutting, it was honey. They was not cutting you no slack. There was no excuse, no failure. Yeah, and so now they be looking like, you hurt my feelings. Okay, but you're great. Okay? And somebody needs to tell you in a way that shakes you up. Like, you bullshitting. I told her my biggest fear, I said because we both have fears about being, feeling almost like imposterish, even though we're highly qualified to talk about lots of things. You know how great and qualified my mom is on so many different levels. And I was telling her, you scared? Because that's what she said. She said she's scared to like start speaking more and start putting herself out there more. And I was like, the only thing you should be scared of is meeting God at the end and not having done what he sent you here to do.
Yeah.
That should be your only fear. And I'm telling her that, but I'm telling myself that, and I'm telling y'all that. Anything I tell people, I'm also telling myself. And so that's just how I speak. That's just how I encourage, and that's just how I'm trying to motivate people when I see greatness in them. I don't want to leave nothing on the table, and I don't want her to leave nothing on the table. And I don't want it to be that we just have a relationship where I'm sitting by watching her not do the best that she can because she's discouraged or whatever. And I'm not telling her like, girl, what is you doing? You know what I mean? So I will be more mindful to give more grace and more leeway to her, because I know there was times where I wish that she had done that for me. But it's okay, because it's not a tit for tat. She did the best she could, and I'm doing the best that I can. Okay?
Amen.
Thank you for helping me to recognize.